Good morning, grade 4 pupils. I'm Sir Mel Jerome Jean Cudemus from San Miguel Heights Elementary School, your teacher for today. Let's get started because I'm happy to share to you another interesting lesson in mathematics. So make sure you have your learning modules with you, your notebook and a pen for taking down notes. Use the comment section if you have questions about my discussion. We are now on Quarter 1, Week 4 of Most Essential Learning Competencies. How good are you in analyzing math problems? Do you know how to solve routine and non-routine word problems? Because for today's lesson, you must perform and master these learning competencies. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to solve routine and non-routine problems involving multiplication of whole number, including money, using appropriate problem-solving strategies and tools. And also, solve multi-step routine and non-routine problems involving multiplication and addition or subtraction using, again, appropriate problem-solving strategies and tools. So let us condition our mind by answering multiplication facts for your review. I will be giving you 10 seconds to give the correct answer. You may type your answer in the comment section. As you give the correct answer, the hidden picture will be revealed. Are you ready? So let's begin. What is the product of 18 times 9? Is your answer 162? That's correct. "43 times 4 is equal to..." Some answered 172 in our comment section. You got it right. If we multiply 94 by 2, the answer is Did you get 188? Again, you are correct. "27 times 6 is equal to..." Did you type 162? Correct. The product of 62 times 3 is... Is your answer 186? You got it right. So what picture is revealed? Do you have this with you now? I know you have. The picture shows a learning module. The Department of Education is trying its best to continue your learning by using different modalities in teaching. One of those was modular learning, or by using learning module which you have now. All of the schools in our city is already distributed the module, just like San Miguel Heights Elementary School. San Miguel Heights Elementary School distributed learning module to all grade 4 pupils. There were 45 pupils in each of the 4 sections of grade 4. How many learning modules were distributed? To answer this word problem, we need to follow the steps in solving word problem. The first step is to understand. To understand the problem, we need to know what is asked in the problem. This is usually the question in the last sentence of the word problem. So going back to this problem, what is asked is N equals number of learning modules distributed. We also need to know the given facts. The given facts, these are the numbers which we will use to get the answer. In this problem, the given facts were 45 pupils and 4 sections. The second step for the word problem is to plan. We need to determine the operation to be used and write the number sentence. Let us look for some word clues to determine the operation to be used. To determine the number of learning modules distributed, we need to know the number of pupils in grade 4. In the problem, there were 4 sections, and each of the section has 45 pupils. The word each tells us that we need to multiply 45 pupils to 4 sections to know the number of pupils in grade 4. So our operation to be used is multiplication, and our number sentence is N equals 45 pupils times 4 sections. The third step is to solve for the problem. 45 times 4 equals what? As discussed last week, we can multiply without using your pen and paper. We can use mental computation. To multiply, we may also follow this step. First, we need to multiply mentally the multiplier, which is 4 times to the value of one's digit of multiplicand, which is 5, and that value is also 5. So 4 times 5 equals 20. The next step is again multiply mentally the multiplier. That is 4 to the value of the digit of multiplicand, which is also 4. But this time, this 4, the value of this 4 is 40. Because it is in the 10th digit. So 4 times 40 equals 160. So we just need to add the two partial products mentally. 20 plus 160 equals 180. Therefore, 45 times 40 equals 180. Remember, you may try to practice multiplying mentally as fast as you can. For the answer, there are 180 learning modules distributed to grade 4 pupils. You can also check your answer by using this method, the repeated addition. 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45 equals 180. You may also ask your parents, guardian, brother, sister, or someone older than you to check your work. If you are answering or studying solo, use a calculator to practice or check your work. Just remember to be honest with checking of your work. That word problem is an example of routine problem. Routine problem solving use clear procedure. A routine problem is a type of problem which you can write an equation and easily come up with a solution. It is easy to understand and we can follow the steps in solving word problem. In solving word problem, remember UPSC. U for understand, P for plan, and S for solve, C for check. Now, for our second word problem, we will try to solve a multi-step word problem. Let us read this problem number 2. Barangay Palasan received 18 boxes of sardines, each containing 36 cans. After distributing the goods, the barangay official found out that they only have 180 cans of sardines left. How many cans of sardines were already given to the residents of the barangay? Remember, to understand the problem, we need to answer first what is asked in the problem. Again, this is usually the question in the last sentence of the word problem. So what is asked in the problem is N equals number of cans of sardines already given to the resident of the barangay. We also need to find out what are the given facts. So the given facts in this problem are 15 boxes of sardines, 36 cans in each of the box, and 180 cans of sardines left. For this time, for plan, we need to answer what is the hidden question or what is the hidden information. So let us first describe what is a hidden information. Hidden information, these are facts not stated in the problem but need to be discovered or identified. So for this problem, let us use A to represent the total number of cans of sardines given to Barangay Palasan. For our fourth question, what are the operations to be used? For this problem, as what I said earlier, this is a multi-step word problem. We need to find out first the operation to be used for the hidden information, which is A equals the total number of cans of sardines given to Barangay Palasan. So the operation to be used is multiplication. And for what is asked, which is N equals number of cans of sardines already given to the residents of barangay, the operation to be used is subtraction. For number 5, what are the number sentences? Now, let us use the information to answer what are the number sentences. For hidden information, our operation to be used is multiplication. So our number sentence will be A equals 15 times 36. For what is asked, the operation to be used is subtraction. So our number sentence will be N equals A minus 180. So let us try to solve the hidden information first. So A equals 15 times 36. So 15 is our multiplicand and 36 is our multiplier. We need to multiply 15 times 6. So 5 times 6 equals 30. You just need to write 0 and regroup 3. 6 times 1 equals 6 plus 3 equals 9. So this time we need to multiply 15 times 3. 5 times 3 equals 15. Write 5 and regroup 1. 3 times 1 equals 3 plus 1 equals 4. So let us add the partial products. Bring down 0. 9 plus 5 equals 14. Write 4, regroup 1. And 1 plus 4 equals 540. So, according to our number sentence, A is represented by total number of cans of sardines given to Barangay Palasan. So, there are 540 cans of sardines given to Barangay Palasan. So, now, for our second operation, we need to find out N equals A minus 180. As we all know, A is equal to 540. So, N equals 540 minus 180. 540 minus 180. 0 minus 0 equals 0. 4 minus 8 cannot be, so we need to borrow from 5. 5 will become 4, 4 will become 14. 14 minus 8 equals 6. 4 minus 1 equals 3. So our final answer is 360 cans of sardines. For your first activity, you need to read and analyze this word problem and answer the question that follow. This time, I will be giving you just 5 seconds to answer each of the question. Let us begin. So first, we need to read this word problem. Juan receives from his mother an amount of 45 pesos as her daily allowance in school. How much does he receive as monthly allowance if there are 22 days in a month, excluding Saturday and Sunday? The first question for understand is, what is us? Your time starts now. So, to answer, what is us in this problem is N equals who wants my monthly allowance or one's monthly allowance. Number 2, what are the given facts? The given facts are 45 pesos, 45 pesos. That is one's daily allowance for 22 days. For plan, the third question will be, what is the operation to be used? So the operation to be used is multiplication. So this time we need to write the number sentence. The number sentence is N equals 45 pesos times 22 days. So for the last question, for this activity, let us solve the problem. Solve for the answer and show your solution. This time, I will be giving you 60 seconds or 1 minute to answer. Your time starts now. Time's up. So 45 times 22. 2 times 45 is equals to 90. Again, 45 times 2 equals 90. So add the partial product. Bring down 0 equals 0. 9 plus 0 equals 9. Bring down 9. So the answer is 990 pesos. That is one's monthly allowance. For your second activity, let us identify the operation to be used for this problem. Type the letter in the comment box. So this time, I will be giving you 30 seconds to answer. Remember, this word problem might have 2 or more operations. So let's begin. Number 1, there were 300 glasses on each of the 12 shelves. How many glasses were left if 295 were bought by a customer? A, multiplication. B, addition. C, subtraction. So your time starts now. So time is up. The operations are letter A, multiplication, and letter C, subtraction. So to find the total number of glasses in 12 shelves, we need to multiply 30 or 300 by 12. So remember, if the numbers have zeros, we can try this method. We just multiply the non-zeros, which is 3 and 12. 3 times 12 equals 36, and count the number of 0. So there are 2 zeros, and we will write 2 zeros on the final answer. So our final answer is 3,600. So for our second operation, we need to subtract 3,600 by 295. So 0 minus 5 cannot be, and 0 minus 9 cannot be. So we will borrow 2 the non-zeros, which is 5, which is 6. So 6 will become 5. And 0, the last 0 on the right side will become 10, and the next 0 will become 9. 10 minus 5 equals 5. 9 minus 9 equals 0. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Bring down 3. So our final answer is 3,305. That is all the glasses that is left. So problem number 2 for this activity. Mrs. Reyes made 12 boxes containing 16 jumbo chocolate cookies in each box. Her husband gave her another 20 pieces of cookies. How many cookies does she have now? Letter A, multiplication. Letter B, addition. Are letter A, multiplication, and letter B, addition. So to find out the number of cookies in 12 boxes, we need to multiply 12 by 16. So 6 times 2 equals 12. Write 2, regroup 1. 6 times 1 equals 6 plus 1 equals 7. 1 times 2 equals 2. 1 times 1 equals 1. Add the partial product. Bring down 2. 7 plus 2 equals 9. Bring down 1. So there are 192 cookies in the box, in 12 boxes. So we just need to add 20 given by her husband. 192 plus 20, bring 2 plus 0 equals 2. 9 plus 2 equals 11. Write 1, regroup 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So there are 212 cookies in all. So did you know that we can also solve word problem using other strategies? So for this next word problem, we can try other strategies in solving word problem. Let us read the word problem. 4 persons can sit in a square table. How many persons can sit in 5 square tables placed end to end? So for this word problem, we can use drawing method. We can represent this square table by drawing a square. And represent 4 persons by drawing 4 circles around the square. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But in this problem, we need to know the number of persons that can sit in the square table placed end to end or side by side. Let us draw 5 square side by side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, no persons can sit in between the tables, so we will draw circles around this 5 square side by side. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 circles. Therefore, 12 persons can sit in 5 square tables. To elaborate more, there are 2 corners. Each of the corners or each of the table, 3 persons can sit. So 2 corner tables, 2 times 3 equals 6. That is 3 persons can sit. There are 3 inside tables, which 2 persons can sit in each table. So 3 times 2 equals 6. That is 2 persons can sit. So we can add or put them together. 6 plus 6 equals 12 persons. That word problem is an example of non-routine problem. Non-routine problems can be solved without using a standard step. It is a complex problem that requires some degree of creativity, flexibility, and originality to solve. In the last word problem, I used the drawing or diagram method. You may also use other strategies such as acting out, listing method, guess and check, using pattern, and working backwards. You may also use other strategies on your own, as long as you get the correct answer. For our activity 3 or last activity, you just need to study the word problem. Try to solve the problem by drawing an illustration of it. Take a picture of your answer, then send it to your mathematics teacher via FB Messenger. Or this time, you may send it to your Google Classroom. So our last word problem, the street lights are 15 meters apart. If there are 12 street lights, what is the distance from the first street lights to the last street lights? Your time starts now. Time is up. So to solve this word problem, we need to draw 12 sticks to represent the 12 street lights. So let us draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this time, we need to count the spaces between the sticks, which represent the spaces between the street lights. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 11 spaces between each street light. And remember, each street light are 15 meters apart. So we just need to multiply 15 by 11. So 15 times 11. 15 times 1 equals 15. Again, 15 times 1 equals 15. So add the partial product. So bring down 5. 1 plus 5 equals 6. Bring down 1. So the distance between the first and last street light is 165 meters. So remember, to solve routine problems involving multiplication of whole numbers including money using appropriate strategies and tools, follow the steps. Number 1, understand. You need to know what is asked, and you need to know the given facts. For plan, you need to determine the operation to be used, or you need also to find the hidden information if that is a multi-step word problem. And for plan, you need to write the number sentence. For third, solve. Use the operation and solve. And lastly, check and look back. Write the correct answer and try to check using different strategies. There are also non-routine problems that can be solved without using a standard procedure. We can use other strategies in solving these problems. This time, you can type your question about my discussion. You may type it on the comment section. I will wait for it. So there is question number 1. How do we know the operation that we are going to use? So to answer this, you need to find some word clues from the word problem that will help you determine the operation to be used. So for our second question, this is her question. Can we not follow the steps in solving problem? Answer: yes. Like I said earlier, you can use different strategies to solve the problem. The steps are just guide for you to solve the problem. For your assignment, you need to answer the assessment of Lesson 10 on page 23 of your ATM module for mathematics. First reading, and your teacher will check if your answers are correct. Once again, I'm Shermel Jerome G. Nicodemus, your mathematics FB live streaming teacher for the day, giving you this message. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of minds to think, by Albert Einstein. So thank you for listening and participating. See you on our next discussion.